guys? I want to address, somebody tagged me in, it's an old article from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, right? And she basically was saying that Latinos are black, which they're not. It's she's right and wrong, but she's mostly wrong. Hispanic people is a political construct. Hispanic. Latin is a language. You may have like Latin countries, but Spanish-speaking people are not across the board African. You have Afro-Cubans, you have Afro-Latinas, okay, and you have like Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. You may have some what they call quote-unquote negritos in certain countries, but across the board, Spanish-speaking people identify with their region. They don't identify with their skin color. Okay, for example, you may have Mexicans who cannot stand Hondurans. You have Cubans who hate everything that's not Cuban. Okay, then you have Spain who identify as white. A ton of Cubans identify as white. So a lot of people on the left was upset that she said that, and it took me a long time to figure out why would they be upset if she's kind of sort of telling the truth. You know, you got that black girl who calls herself, La Panta La Negra, and she calls herself, you know, a black Latina. She don't say, I'm a black chick who happened to speak Spanish. She always makes it a point to say, I'm not black, I'm Hispanic, okay? That's only for the U.S. Census. That's how they'll document you there. But once you walk outside of America, you're something else, okay? It's the same way as if you was to go to jail. There's a certain prison cell you're gonna go to, and it won't be, you know, with the, I guess, the quote-unquote Latinas. You'll be put somewhere else, okay? Jail is segregated for a reason. The world is segregated by nature. People self-segregate. Sicilians hate Napolitans. If you're not a Napolitan, people really hate. The Sicilians don't like North Italy, okay? Asian people don't like each other. You have a subset. You may have Koreans who can't stand North Korea. To the untrained eye, we all think they're the same, but Chinese don't like Japan. I mean, it's just a really weird thing. I mean, unfortunately, people just function that way. But the real reason why in America, which she said, I think upset a lot of people, was because politically, that's the one thing. Politically, you cannot lump Afro-Latinos with regular Hispanics, because politically the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is literally for like non-black Hispanics. It's for like Mexicans, Guatemalan, Hondurans, you know, like that. So when you look at somebody like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you don't see a black girl at all. Now there's some in the spectrum. There's several black women I've seen who can pass for, you know, Hispanic, because, you know, miscegenation. She may be Creole or, you know, red bone mixed. Like you take Lisa Ray. If Lisa Ray spoke Spanish, you would think she was a Latina. She was like mixed with something else, you know. But that's just the one thing that people like these politicians don't really understand, is that politically, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, La Raza, Cardi B, those people are not considered black. Technically, they may be considered like, I guess, you know, African American, or, you know, have African blood in them, but on paper they're Hispanic. They're not, you know, they're not black women, and they be damned if you identify them as that. I have several Hispanic friends of mine who don't identify themselves as Hispanic. They may be Mexican, they may have Mexican blood, Hispanic relatives, but on paper they may even, for the most part, not even identify with other Spanish-speaking people, as they really shouldn't. You know, you got rancheros. There was a TV show I used to watch from a guy named, I cannot think of this dude's name, it slips my mind. He was on a Tom Leykis show, and he had a segment called Ask a Mexican, and he would do for what's O.C. Orange County, California, Orange County something. It's called the O.C. Weekly or the O.C. something, and he would answer questions that you would ask any Mexican person. And I would call the show in all the time and ask him, why do, you know, Mexicans in California like You see in the hood, like in Compton and all these, in Watts and all that, certain areas, the hood may have several Hispanic people in the black neighborhood, but they actually hate black people. But when you hear them talk about, like the black and brown coalition, they'll just throw themselves in there. Because, and the reason they had an issue with that is, he said, because we don't want to be mixed in with black issues. That's the issue that Alexandria Cortez don't understand, is that when you have somebody say like Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson, y'all them say, oh, the Rainbow Push Coalition, our black and brown brothers. And those people, when they have those meetings like Mensaje and all the different festivals, they never ever verbally say, and don't forget about our black brothers on the other side of the city that's going through police, brutality. Because when you seen what happened with George Floyd, the Latin Kings got into a full-blown, shootout with, I think, the Gangster Disciples, who are black. So historically, there's never been a black and brown coalition. That's why people on the left got really upset when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said what she said, because, yeah, by default, you're going to have some black people who speak Spanish, but in the long run, those folks don't mix in with the other Spanish-speaking people. It's a really deep ethnocentric thing with, Hispanics, with Spanish-speaking people. They really just hate everybody but their own people. Guatemalans hate everybody except for Guatemalans, Now, as far as them being able to speak the same language, that's the only commonality they have, is language. But as far as culture, no. Two different, totally separate cultures. Economic and social. None of that stuff, blends in well, okay? Check the neighborhoods out. Check the barrios, But anyway, yeah, so I understand what she was trying to say. I didn't really get too upset about it, but I kind of understand that, there's a reason people on the left, the political left, got upset when she said that, because politically, the Latinos, or you want to call it Hispanics, are the biggest voting bloc rising, and they do not want to be compared or mixed in with black. Okay, if you watch a political meeting or political speech at these conventions, the issues that line up with each other don't match. Black issues do not line up with Hispanic issues. They just don't. And that's just the short and sweet of it. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here.